far earlier than anything in the YouTube comments. So just something to think about. Are we ready? Let's talk some World War One.
Oh.
Oh. Oh, I already dig it. That is heavy. This is some heavy, like, this is like Doom so far. Instant?
Death was instantaneous without suffering. The company was taking part in an attack. The destruction team was.
So this guy is literally reading the condolence letter from the commander of the guy that died. That's fucking fascinating.
One of them, we shot was against the enemy.
Oh, listen to that. Man, World War One was so different than two. Two was almost enthusiastic. There was a clear-cut enemy who was doing clearly evil things, and everybody went after him. But one, the countries that got involved in one, many of them only got involved because of this ridiculously complex treaty system that demanded that everybody go to the aid of their allies. And it was only really two countries that started it all, if you break it way down far enough. And yeah, the attitudes of the leaders were far, far different. So, 30 some odd years later, when World War II broke out, that people still had memories and were still very worried.
The attack was successful, and our guns reached and established new position. Later in the night, the enemy shout our
Wow, this music is absolutely crazy. That beat is killing me. It's killing it. There's that slow, deep, long chords of the guitar are just so affecting. I don't normally like the screams, but the growls, whichever one it is in this case, but it's really affecting. It's really good. Artillery was the great big thing in World War One because the trenches disallowed a lot of direct rifle shots. I mean, the guys are underground; you can't fucking see them. So you pop your head up, and you got a couple of snipers, and they're going to take you right out initially. So it's like very small numbers of rifle shots were actually responsible for many of the deaths. The artillery just kept going and going and going, and millions upon millions of rounds falling almost to no effect in some cases. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, what remains would there be? A couple of toenails? This is a desperately dark and heavy song. This is just grim dark. This is heavy and long, and I don't have any other word but grim. What else can you really say in a condolence letter? You have to make them feel good about what happened, which is just utterly impossible, of course. But you can't let people feel that anything was wasted.
His number was 6273. To all this company. Later in the night, the enemy shout, I'm alive.
Oh, listen to that double bass. The constant rain of steel is high explosive. Just it's if you look up the numbers, it's ridiculously. You can't wrap your head around how many shells just from one side were thrown over to the other. What subgenre of metal is this? Is it formally called historical, or is this part of death? Or is there war metal? Tell me in the comments. Is there war metal?
How long your songs come getting
Comrade. That's been bugging me the whole song. Look at how much power an artillery shell has. That thing is thousands of pounds. And that explosive sends that thing back several feet, so much that it has to have a ditch that it rolls back up so it can go back in place. Otherwise, it would roll on for years. That's the terrifying power of war. I and the CO and all the company deeply sympathize with you in your loss. Your son always did his duty, and now he's given his life for his country. We all honor him, and I trust you will feel some consolation in remembering this. In true sympathy, yours faithfully, War. Okay, so maybe this wasn't a... Maybe it was a real one. It's hard to... Because, I mean... I get it's an anti-war song, but really? You signed it War? Alright. Okay, so let's see. I wonder if this guy's real. I want to know if this guy's really real. Arthur George, yeah. Arthur George Harrison. 62732. Goddamn, he was real. That's crazy. That's a bit of authenticity that I really like. But I wonder, I mean, I know it's an anti-war song, but he did have a real commanding officer, so why didn't they just sign it like that? I mean, that would have led a lot more authenticity into the moment. But this is an amazing song. I've given a lot of songs 5 Ronnies lately, but this one really reached down. Everything about it was well executed. Like I said, I don't necessarily like the growliness, but it fit, and it just had this urgent sense of doom throughout the entire fucking song. It was amazing. It was amazing. I got to move on to something a little more upbeat. I don't even know if I can at this point, because the next one's a Sabaton. So, dudes, thanks for coming by. Rock on, bitches.